Good morning, RedHawks Nation, and welcome to your R360 morning announcements. I'm your host, Leah Pauls.
And I'm Levi Deacon. Welcome to Wednesday, March 20th. It is day 4 on the school calendar.
The grade 5-6 intramurals is canceled for today, but we'll pick it up again after spring break. There will be a small ensemble music practice for the grade 5 to 8s at 11:35. The grade 7 to 8 students, please bring your lunch.
In sports news, the annual Red River Valley 3-on-3 hockey tournament took place yesterday. The RedHawks saw 4 grade 3 to 4 students leaving the nest to play 15-minute games throughout the day. It was a fast-paced event, and our boys had a lot of fun. Let's take a look.
Sticking with sports, we also have JV and senior badminton practice from 3:30 to 5 p.m. After school and in Morse, the U18 girls will have their first practice from 5:30 to 7:30 today. Bring your gym shoes and a water bottle.
Our RedHawks 360 Broadcasting Club had the privilege of being special guests for the Honorable Shannon Martin for the MLA question period earlier this week. Our students got to experience a fantastic day at the Legislative Building, which included Mr. Shannon Martin's patented dime tour of the building, as well as an exclusive interview with the Deputy Premier of Manitoba. Here is that story.
And also, we have in the gallery, we have Bryn Laverne, Isaiah Friesen, Brooke Adams, Austin Ginter, John Gellert, students of Rosenort School and part of Rosenort Broadcasting Club. Vice Principal Tyler Cornelson is also attending with them, and these are the guests of the MLA for Morris. On behalf of all members here, we welcome all of you to the Manitoba Legislature.
Hello RedHawks Nation, I'm Brooke Adams for R360 News. I'm very excited to be sitting down with the Honorable Heather Stephenson, Deputy Premier of Manitoba. Welcome to the program.
Thanks so much to be here, it's great.
In addition to being Deputy Premier, you also serve as Manitoba's Minister of Family Services. Could you describe for us what each of these roles entail?
Well, Deputy Premier, when the Premier is not here, I often attend events in his place when he can't attend those events, and I will maybe answer questions for him in question period and basically fill in for him when he's not able to be somewhere. And as the Minister of Family Services, it's actually the Minister of Families. It takes in a number of different roles there, but Child and Family Services is one of those, and those are all the kids that are in the care of the child welfare system in our province. So those are some of the things that we manage from our Department of Families.
What's your favorite part of your job?
I would say it's the incredible people that I get to meet on a daily basis. There are some amazing people that work in not only just the CFS system, but also in disabilities and other areas of in housing and other areas that we manage out of the Department of Families too. So it's really exciting, the different people who care so very deeply about all of these people who tend to be the most vulnerable people in our society. And just getting to see them in their day-to-day jobs is pretty incredible.
How did you choose to pursue a career in the government?
Well, I originally, I used to work in the Prime Minister's office in Ottawa. I have a degree in political science from the University of Western Ontario. So I decided to eventually pursue seeking a nomination for our provincial PC party, which I did back in 2000. So it's been quite a number of years since I've been doing this. But I won the nomination for our party, and then I was our candidate for the PC party within the constituency of Tuxedo, and I won the election. I've won 5 elections so far, and I'm nominated now to enter into our 6th election. So it's been busy.
As a school community, we are excited to have a female deputy premier for Manitoba. Could you tell us about your best experience serving as a female in this role?
I think one of the greatest experiences was my kids were born into this. So my daughter Victoria was born a year to the day after I was first elected, and so it was really bringing my kids up in coming to the legislature and getting to know this and really making the legislature feel like home for them as well. They come down here and visit me and often sit in question period and watch us here, and they become very interested in what we do and the debates that we have here in the Manitoba legislature. So I think being able to give that back to my family and also give back to our community has been a very rewarding thing as a mother.
In light of the budget recent cuts in healthcare, how does the government plan on maintaining a high level of services in Manitoba for both patients as well as nurses?
Well, as a matter of fact, that is a myth, because there are not cuts in healthcare. Actually, year over year, since we came into office, we have spent more in healthcare each and every year since we came into power. So I know that there are people out there saying that there are cuts in healthcare, but that is simply not the case. Those are not the facts, and we will continue to make investments in healthcare. I think what's more important than how much money is going into the healthcare system is what kind of results we're getting in the healthcare system. And what we're seeing is that our wait times are going down, especially for our ER waits and for hip and knee surgeries and so on. And so we're more a party that is focused on getting better results for Manitobans.
How does the government monitor how budget cuts in education are affecting school programs and services within our schools?
Again, I'm going to say that is a myth of cuts. There aren't cuts in education, and year over year, and it's the same thing with families as well. So if you're going to ask me that next, I will say that is a myth as well. We are continuing to spend more than the previous government did in all of these major areas of our budget, and we care very deeply about students in Manitoba. What we want to do, again, we're going to focus not so much about how much money we put into the system, but about the results that we're getting from our students. We know that we inherited government that we were dead last in the country when it came to various areas of our education system. So failing our kids is not where we want to be. We want to ensure that we're providing a good quality education for our students.
What advice do you give to students who are interested in pursuing a career in government?
What I would say is get involved in your local community, whatever political party that you may be thinking that you'd like to be affiliated with. Get involved, volunteer, maybe go door to door, do some literature drops for a local candidate. And there's all different levels of government as well. There's obviously this provincial, but there's your municipal government as well, or the city of Winnipeg. And also the federal government as well. And so there's various levels that you can get involved, and I would say first and foremost just find your local candidate and sign up as a volunteer.
Our principal, Mr. Jerry Waldner, is wondering when the provincial government will be proactive in abolishing the antiquated daylight savings debacle.
Isn't that an interesting one? That's an interesting debate that we will continue to have here in the legislature. As you know, there is a private member's bill before the legislature, and I look forward to having that rigorous debate. That's what this is all about, is to ensure that we can have that debate here for all Manitobans. We all represent, all 57 of us that represent our constituencies, and we'll continue to bring those issues forward.
Okay, thank you so much for having this time with us.
Thanks so much. It's been great. Thanks, Brooke.
They were like laying all, it looked like some weird branches or something. So I touched it, and it just all started. No, but it's disgusting. Alright.
A huge thank you to the Honorable Shannon Martin for hosting us. It truly was a very memorable day for our broadcasting program.
Please note that the Anne of Green Gables rehearsal scheduled for tomorrow, Thursday, March 21st, is cancelled. Our next rehearsal will be on Monday, April 1st. Cast members must have their lines memorized, or else Mrs. Sansom's going to freak!
Which one is Mrs. Sansom again?
I wonder if she likes Sansom phones. Oh, we're still on.
Oh, whoops. And finally, a very happy birthday wish going out to Peyton Ginter in grade 8 today.
Happy birthday, Peyton! That's all for morning announcements this morning from all of us at the R360 Newsroom. Have a great day!
Mr. Cannon's in the